got a 17 out of 20, and I felt good. I was like, okay, so this class really isn't gonna be that hard. I'm doing well. The very next quiz I took, I got a 4 out of 20, and it was just downhill. I was like, oh. She was like, we dropped 2 quizzes, so I was like, okay, that's just gonna be one of my worst quizzes. Like, I'm still gonna do good. And the next one, I think I got like an 8 out of 20, which I wish to do a lot better than that. So I was like, okay, like this class, it's gonna be really hard, and this is just the basics of it. So, like that kind of
Yeah. All right. So can you talk a little bit about like you're in class, and you said you were taking notes. Can you just talk about, how that felt? Did you feel like you were understanding things? Did you feel like you weren't? Did you feel like other people knew a lot of stuff? Did you feel like everybody was sort of in the same boat? Like what did that feel like?
Honestly, when I was in class, I felt like I was still behind because everybody else was like answering all the questions in class, and like I answered a couple too, but I just felt like they already knew what they were doing. Like they already had like a briefing before this, like the class even started. Like they had taken AP chemistry or something in high school, and so like I just felt like I was behind, so I kind of worked like a lot harder, but the result was still pretty low. Yeah.
All right. And what about lab?
Lab. I did fine in lab because it was pretty straightforward. You like if you could follow directions, then you would do fine. The professor did a really good job of like going over what students had to do before. We had like she talked about it on the board, said what we had to do if there's anything different. So I felt like I was well prepared for labs. That was probably, but the lab reports were really difficult too, which I didn't know it was gonna be that hard because like I did lab reports in high school, and I thought I would be prepared for that part at least, and that was actually what really difficult too.
Okay. So you might have already addressed this, but I'm going to ask you very just sort of directly. What, if anything, was sort of different about the course than what you expected?
Like what was different about it?
Yeah, what was different? Like, it's like, this is not what I thought was going to happen. Or, this is not what I thought we'd be doing, or this is not what I thought the course would be about, or this is not what I thought would be emphasized. Was there anything like that that's like, this is not what I thought, different from what you expected?
I just kind of thought it'd be more like hands-on, like she would just say like stuff that we need to know. So it was kind of up to us to have to like find it in the book and know what to take notes on. So like at first I didn't know exactly what to focus on when we were reading the book. So that's like I just didn't really know what to focus on. So
okay, and then can you talk about? You've alluded to this a little bit, but again, I just want to be sort of more specific. Your approach to, learning the material and studying for exams. Sort of what did you do?
Well, I took a lot of notes, so I would definitely study my notes. I would study past quizzes, like for the test, and that's why I thought that I had like a really good sense of what was going to be on the test, and like I would do really good on the first, second, and third page. Well, and like in the very last page, which has the most points on it, and it has like the toughest part, which is like the last part was like more of concepts wise, and I think that's what I struggled with was concepts, because when you study from like past quizzes and stuff, because it has like math in it, you can figure out patterns and stuff. But when it deals with concepts, you actually have to really know what's going on. You can't just read the book and not understand it, which is what got me.
Okay.
So it was like it could have dealt more with my understanding of what was actually going on in like the math problems.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
So I want to ask you just a little bit more about that. That's actually interesting. So you said something about when you're doing the quizzes and past quizzes and maybe some other problems or something, and there's math involved, that you can sort of look for patterns. Can you talk a little bit more about what do you mean by that?
Well, in the quizzes, there would be formulas that we need to remember, and instead of actually knowing what was happening during, like while the math problems was happening, I would try to find a pattern for me to like just get the answer instead of like knowing and grasping